Hi guys, this is Tech Howdy. I welcome to another video tutorial on creating an featured image slider using ASP.NET Core and Angular 8. In the last video tutorial, we finished coding the update gallery by ID web API method. In this video tutorial, we will start working on our views or the front end of the admin panel. So first thing that we want to do is right click on the controllers folder inside the admin panel and add a new C# class, and we are going to call this as featured slider controller.cs. Here we are going to write in the code for our featured slider. Like always, let's add our references or assembly references. And then what we want to do inside the featured slider, we will create our action method. But just before that, we need to specify the attribute annotation here that this is an area which belongs to the admin. So MVC can detect this and can show this controller when we access the admin area. Now we are going to create an action method. So let's go ahead and create our action method. So our action method will be called index, and all it's going to do is return the index view back. So let's add the missing reference so we do not get any errors. So all we have to do is specify that this is a controller, so it inherits from controller class. So now we will not get any errors. So we are done with the controller for the featured image slider. So all it has is an index view. So whenever we try to access this controller, we should be shown the index view, return of the index view. Now let's go ahead and then go to our views folder. And since we already have a controller now, let's create a view for this controller. So we'll add a new folder inside views and call this featured slider. The name should match the name of your controller, so it's featured slider. So now we have the featured slider folder. Inside the featured slider folder, we are going to add a new file, and we are going to call this file as index because we have an index view created in the controller. So index.cs html. Now inside the index.chtml, we are going to add some code. So we have added two section tags and the title tag over here, the view data attribute, which is going to store the title of the page. And then we have two decorators here for section, which is for styles and for scripts. Here we will provide all the references to the styles sheets. And here inside this tag, we will provide all the references to the JavaScript libraries that we are going to use. So whenever this view, which is featured slider, is loaded, then these scripts and these styles will execute, and if you access any other views, these styles and scripts would not be executed. So that's why we are going to load the scripts that are needed inside these tags. Now here we are going to create all the required bootstrap code, add all the required bootstrap code that is needed for our UI. So let's do that. So I have written some styling code and I'm just going to copy here. So this is regular bootstrap. All I've done is created a container class of another container. I've given it a class of container fluid to the div. And here I have created some tabs, and inside the tabs I have the featured slider uploader as well as the action tab as well. So it would be better understandable, so this should be Angular 8, better understandable if we can run this particular view and see how it works or how it looks. Also guys, inside the root folder, inside there is an image folder. Inside the image folder I have created a folder called as test, and inside test I have added certain images. uh, as you can see, these are test images. So and I have given the source for that images over here for the carousel. So you can see inside the test folder I have the images. So make sure you add some images so you don't see something blank on the featured slider view. Now let's go ahead and run this code and see how the featured slider view looks. So if we go here, my application is loading. So let's go to the admin and then featured slider controller. And here you can see now on the featured slider controller, uh, which is this controller view over here, we have three tabs. Gallery, which contains the gallery uploader. There is a title input. There is a drop down with the gallery type that needs to be selected. There are some buttons here to upload, to clear the preview. This is the counter, to submit the gallery, and to cancel the gallery upload. Then we have the preview button, which has the preview. Now, this was the images that I was talking about. So here you can see these images. These are preview. So in case when there is no gallery to show, we have put some default code over here, of which will show some default images. In an event when the call to the server failed and the default and the gallery could not be loaded, so we will always show some default images like this. So you can add your own images here in the test folder and name them accordingly and provide their source reference. And this should load here. We will have a drop down over here which will contain all the list of created galleries. And then we can click this button, which will execute a model that will have the gallery contents on it so that we can edit it. Next is the action tab, where we are going to use the tabulator uh, JavaScript library, and that will be in the later stage of this video tutorial. First, we need to finish this tab, which is the uploader. Then we'll work on the preview tab and the edit tab. And then finally, we'll work on the actions tab. So copy the code from the source code, the DevOps repo, and create your slider view, feature slider view. Also, if I go here, yes, I have already added the link, so it should redirect you to the feature slider view. Going back here, for the styles, we need to add some styling, custom styling. If we want, we will add that. And then we have to add the scripts over here for tabulator. So in the next video tutorial, we will work on the uploader. So for this video tutorial, this should be it. If you have any questions, please use the comment section. And uh, once again, I don't think I need to uh, provide you details on what this bootstrap code means, bootstrap 4. It is basically mixture of HTML and some classes. If you are not familiar with bootstrap 4, please, I recommend you to take the basic classes or go to the official website, which is Get Bootstrap, and learn the bootstrap framework. uh, and it's very useful. It's a responsive framework where you can create responsive websites, and as a developer, you should know at least Bootstrap or HTML5 when you are building websites. So now this should be it for this video tutorial. If you have any other questions, use the comment section. I'll push the code to the DevOps repos. Once again, thank you for watching.